It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show. And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, and I thank you all for watching us here at the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. Please tap and look into see what we're doing at www.theloganpowershow.us. Well, I know this is basketball season. Football has gone to sort of a close when it comes to high school sports, so basketball on the rise. So I was privileged enough to get a coach with us here in the Low Country area. He is the head varsity girls basketball coach for Stall High School, very prominent school, well coached organization. And I know coach is excited the season that they have. They currently are 12-3. He is the coach of Stall High School, the one and only Mr. Donta Brown. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay.
All right. Well, glad to have you here in the Logan Power Show. I know that this has been a great season for you all. I know that you all have really took in the motto of taking it one step at a time, and you guys are not holding back what's in store for you. So tell us first, like, who is the coach behind the mastermind behind the whole setup? Tell us who Mr. Donta Brown is, the coach, and how'd you got started?
All right. So I'm Donta Brown, born and raised in a small town outside of, in Fairfield County called Blackstall, South Carolina. I grew up, it's basically in that corridor of Chester, Fairfield, Great Falls, and that little corridor. That's pretty much where I grew up at. Played football, loved basketball, always loved basketball. Basketball was my first love, but I came from a football town. So pretty much you had to play football. From there, I went to College of Charleston. Went to College of Charleston in 2003. Graduated in 2007. While there, I participated on the Girl Scout team. So it's crazy how things go full circle, how I end up coaching girls stuff. Basically, I want to say when I graduated from there, I got in coaching probably, I think I worked at Wells Fargo for a little bit. And then Wells Fargo merged, so I lost my job and ended up started volunteering for an organization called Communities and Schools. When I started volunteering for CIS, that's when I first got into coaching at Baptist Hill High School. So I started out at Baptist Hill High School. Tron Grant gave me that opportunity. So I worked on the Tron that first year, helped him out and JV. So the following year, I ended up basically taking over the JV full time. And I tell people that I was pretty much blessed because I had Tron helping me, but I also, when I took over JV, I had Jimmy Brown right beside me. So I had someone basically helping me step by step. So just teaching me and showing me the ropes. And then the following year, I basically had the JV team by myself. We were very successful that year. And after that third year, took 2 years off from coaching because I ended up working for Communities and Schools then, the current organization that I work for within the district. So took 2 years off. I actually coached football. Coached football at Northwoods Middle School. 1 year off. I took 1 year off. And then I received a phone call from Tron Grant to go to North Charleston with him. Spent 2 years at North Charleston with him as his assistant and JV coach with boys. And long story short, the opportunity came for me to coach girls. Frowned upon it at first. It was outside the box. And I basically jumped on it. Became assistant at Stall. After that first year, had an opportunity to go to another school to become a head coach. And right before I was getting ready to leave, Stahl basically hired me to replace Coach Jones at Stahl. And so right now I've been at Stahl for about 6 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have had a very successful record as a coach. You have a no nonsense mentality. Defense is your motto. You're very aggressive regards to how you play. You definitely focus on zone, man. You're teaching your girls, because looking at your squad that you have this year, you don't have really a tall girls team, but you have a lot of vibrant young ladies who are willing to go after the ball, 100% effort, don't care who's in their way, and they have a no nonsense mentality, and they are lights out from the jump. They'll hit you with the three, they'll kill you with the twos, and it's all about high pace, high intensity. Not a lot of coaches in this area focus on defense. Defense is not really always talked about. People always want to focus on, man, I'm gonna beat you by, I need 130 points or 120, or I got 90 and you got 70 or 80 or whatever it is. But no one talks about defense. Why do you so focus on the defensive side of the basketball in comparison to some other people may say it's focusing on the offensive side?
It's funny you say that. We ain't even talked about defense, and it's funny that you picked up on it that I'm a defensive guy. I am a defensive guy. I am full-blown defense. The funny part about this season right here, this is probably the worst defensive team I've ever had. We're 12-3, but this is the best offensive team that I've ever had, and we won the first region championship. That region championship team was very good, but offensively, the team that we have now, we got 4 girls that score double figures. Defensively, it's I'm pulling my hair because I ain't got no hair in my beard, but this is the worst. But they're young, so I mean we have good defensive spurts, but they're very young. But anybody that is around our program that played for me, we have more defensive plays than offensive plays. We run every single defense known to man, and we're constantly looking for different defenses. And it's basically I love defense. I love the art of trying to stop somebody to score. But I think my mindset when it comes to defense is that I like to play mind games when coaching. So basically, you come down the court, you see us, and we're running man. Three plays later, we'll switch it to something else. It's like we constantly rotating our defenses to basically we want to make kids think. And so, I mean, that's basically my style. I also coach aggressively. Our kids are. We preach to have what's called a goon mentality. Like we're going to be aggressive on defense. We want the ball. That's the mindset we try to instill into our kids.
Absolutely. You also have a thing to where you have it to where your girls play one squad, and that they're up by so much, then you'll step into the game and you and the coaches will play against them, and you'll say no good lead is good enough. Like if we're up by 20, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
I need to have more on the board. The lead is not good enough. You know, we're seeing it cut down, and you see that from the mentality of your ladies. They want the challenge. They want to take on people taller than them. You can tell that they are not afraid of the big stage. You had some real tough games. The game against Wando, definitely a nail biter. I believe that you guys have one of the best defensive squads in the Low Country. Just based off what I've seen. I've watched a lot of programs out there. But when you say to yourself, like, you know, does he have a girl who's 6'8", another girl, another 6'7"? That ain't the case. You know, you may got one tall girl, but everybody else is sort of mid-level, but they play defense, and they got some, like you say, goon squad, nasty, bad boy Pistons, like we gonna get in your face type of mentality. Where's the goal, Coach? 'Cause I know that people have counted you out based off preseason, rankings. They didn't have you guys even in this far ahead of the game. What is the I guess the what a successful season to you? Because I know a lot of times coaches have their own mentality what a successful season is. So I don't want to, toot any horns or say anything out of pocket. But can you consider to be a successful season for you for the Lady Warriors?
So I feel like you asked two questions: the goal and success. That's two different things. As far as the goal is concerned, I don't know the goal because I didn't make it. And I say that because when we started the season, it was just me and the girls right before we went over to Cathedral. So what I had them do is to write down on a piece of paper, what is y'all goal for the season? So basically, they took that, they wrote it down. I didn't look at it. We folded it up. I put it in the ceiling. So at the end of the season, we're going to take that down and we're going to look and see that we achieve that goal. Now, as far as success is concerned, people measure success differently. With me I consider myself in high school a student athlete. I'm big on education. I work for communities and schools. High school graduation is very important. Going to college is very important to us. That's very important to me. And so I have a student to our program. So success to us is the thing that we bark on is that the fact that we've had since I've been at 100% high school graduation. That's the thing that what we measure as far as success. Also, too, the fact that we had about 80% of the girls that play basketball for us to play basketball in college. That's another way that we measure success too. And we kind of we go hard in those two categories. Because especially the last one, having girls to go play basketball in college. Because when people think about Stall, they think about us as not one of the elite programs, not one of the elite schools. I've heard a lot of bad things about Stall since I've been here. But it's just trying to change that image and show people that, girls from Stall go to college play basketball too. And one of the things that we kind of notice is that more girls from Stall has been going to play basketball in college than any other program around here in the past couple of years. And so that's how we're measuring success. As far as on-court success, the thing that for us is at the end of the game, did you have fun? If you ever standing by our bench when we're talking to the kids, we always reiterate to them, have fun. And the reason why is because it's like these kids have dealt with so much in the last 2 years, almost like with the pandemic, not knowing if you're going to play. You never know when the last time you're going to be able to play basketball. And we dealt with that last year. So it's just that we want to just embrace the moment, have fun, just go out, have fun, enjoy the game. And if all that stuff, you having fun and all that stuff come about, you'll get the win. So, yeah.
Absolutely, Coach. And 6 years strong. Year 7 is next year. You have a lot on your plate. Success has been there for you. And you say you're trying to change the culture. Success, graduation is very, very pivotal, especially when it comes to the state of South Carolina. We want to get those grades up, and you have successful, girls that are graduating from high school and also proceeding to go on to college. And 80%, that not a lot of people can say I got 80% of my girls through the pipeline are going to college and being successful outside of not only the classroom, but outside the classroom. Final thought, Coach, what do you want to be a legacy? What do you want people to say about Coach Brown when it's all said and done and you got to hat up and you got to, put the jacket and the shirt down and say, I'm passing the torch to somebody else. What do you want to leave as your legacy when it's all said and done?
No, I never really thought about that, to be honest. And that's a good question. It is going back to the principles that we built our program on. And that's leadership, that's togetherness, that's family, that's discipline, that's respect. And so when I started the program, we built it on that. And so basically that when it's all said and done, that I embody all of that. And basically also we instill that into our kids. And basically the biggest thing is us with family. You have family that leave and go. You got family that be mad at each other. Like, we're a family. And that's from our coaching staff on down. And so we have a different program because we're so close knit. And in order to be successful is that you got to have a 98% buy-in. And that is from the parents, the kids, their cousins, the teachers, and the coaches. And I think I'm just blessed to have the coaching staff that I have because they support me and they have my back no matter what. Once you have just a little thought of something bad on your coaching staff, that's when you usually see things go downhill. When it's wartime, when it's basically the times are rough, my coaching staff is there in my ear. I mean, sometimes I listen to them, to be honest. And so I'm always asking them and the kids, what do y'all think? Because at the end of the day, my job is just to the overseer of the program. It's the kids' program. It's their job. They run the program. They're going to decide how it's going to be. My job is to guide them, to make sure it's on the right path, just not steer them away. But when it's said and done, I just want to make it known that I help kids achieve their goals of graduating from high school, going to college to play basketball, and being successful and building strong women. Because I started, because I've always questioned why I'm coaching girls. Started out coaching boys. And over the past couple of years, just being very observant with the things that's going on around, I feel like God put me with girls basketball to help bring more awareness to female athletics. And so that's probably the number one thing that I want to be known for, is that he helped female athletics, because it's not, people forget so much about females in sports. And so I just want to be involved in that.
Amen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. The head coach of the Star Varsity girls here in North Charleston, South Carolina, one and only Mr. Donta Brown. He's a man of faith. He's a man of wisdom. He's very humble. Please come out, support our Lady Warriors as they are going for a successful season. They are fighting for success. Them ladies are doing well. They're doing well in the classroom and outside the classroom. So I definitely, ladies and gentlemen, keep watching what Coach Brown may be doing. We pray that they get a chance to even move forward, regional, state. Hey, put them on the map, because this school is not making a difference, not just in the athletics, but they're making a difference in the community. And we need pillars like this in our community. Not only does he look out for people who look like us, but he wants to look out for the young ladies. We know that women's athletics is not as where it needs to be, but they know it's coming. It's an up and coming process. So I want you all keep watching, keep the faith, and know God has a plan. Hey, that's all the time I got. My name is Calvin of the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide, with the one and only Mr. Coach Donta Brown for our Lady Warriors. Stall. Hey, we love y'all, and we'll see you soon.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.